So today we're making a zoo. Just go to Patreon and download it, print it out, and we're gonna cut everything out. After cutting everything out, I have a black chipboard here, and we're going to put some running tape on there and place those signs and screen on them. And after doing that, we're cutting everything out. Chipboard is just a thick board, thicker than cardboard, and you can even, if you wanted to, cut it with scissors, but I usually use an X-Acto knife. Here I'm just placing the screens, and then for this one here I'm just cutting off, just rounding the corners off just a little bit. And I usually get a pack full of those tape runners and just switch them over from the empty one and replace it with a full one. And we're gonna put the zoo sign on chipboard. This chipboard is the brown kind of. I have black and brown chipboard, and sometimes they come also with white, like one side of the chipboard is white. And I'm gonna paint the sides of the signs with some white paint. Here I have some chalk pastel, and just scratch a little bit off and make the signs look weathered. And for really nice cuts, I change my blades very often and clip them off, or change the whole thing once the whole blade gets small. Here for the debit machine, I put a few of those chipboards on top of each other with some tape runner and cut the rest out. Here we have a Planet Zoo receipt and 2 debit cards or MasterCards, whatever they are, and just simply put some tape on the back of them and fold them in half. And this one I'm just like bending a bit just to make it look more realistic. And this is just also chipboard, and I'm gonna place it on the back of the screen. And this is the stand for the screen. I just cut them out like kind of like oval shape and glued it together with some hot glue. And this is where I'm gonna put the zoo maps in, and it's also a printout. We're just gonna put some tape runner on there and fold it together. And those are the zoo maps, and we're gonna fold them twice. And here we have a bunch of them, and this is for the back of the little box we made, just showing that they are the zoo maps and that you can take one, it's free. And then with some tape runner, just glue that together. And then I also did put some tape on the bottom of the zoo maps, just so they don't like all fall out. Here I have a toothpick and I am rolling those zoo tickets. There's two different kinds, so 2 and 2, and I just put some tape on and roll the other one on top of each other. Just simply take it out, and then I left 4 of those tickets out, cut them out. And this one also I just left a little black frame with chipboard. And here's just everything that I crafted for the zoo project. This here is foam board. It's thicker than chipboard, and we're just simply building the entrance where you can have come and get the tickets for the zoo. And this is some cardstock, and I just covered some foam board with the cardstock, so just to hide the seams. This is a little stand here that I'm covering with some peel and stick paper. This is the top part of where we're gonna put the zoo maps and the screen and the debit machine. And this is the outside of the little desk. I don't know what you call it. I'll have more detailed measurements on Patreon for you to print out, so you can go according to my measurements here. And here on the top I just put some more peel and stick paper on, and we're gonna put the zoo sign above it. Here I'm just gluing on the tickets, the amount of the tickets shown, and the zoo maps. This here where I just glue another piece of foam board in the back just to give it more dimension, and glue it on the top. Here you can simply go to Patreon, to collections, and go to the flooring collection or the flooring folder, and simply download your desired pattern for the ground. I picked this one here, the gray stone ones, and making sure to print it out on matte paper, which is the best resolution I find, in my opinion. So make sure to get some matte photo paper and make sure your settings are on matte photo paper, and it gives you really clear pictures. And I printed out a few, and with some tape runner we're just gonna put them all together. Here I have my storage in the garage. Just showing you guys a little bit of how I store my things: fencing, lights, wood, fabric, and then according to the project that I'm working on, I just come here, grab the stuff I need. And for this zoo one, I need a bunch of plants, fence, and stuff like that. So here's like a short sneak peek of the things I have. Here I'm starting with a whole sheet of black foam board, and I think it runs 20 inches by 30 inches if I'm not mistaken. And then we're gonna be using a bunch of paint and some plate. No, it's not Play-Doh. What was it again? I believe it's called clay. This is some driftwood from the dollar store that I'm gonna be placing randomly all over the foam board. Here I'm cutting out a bunch of like little sections where I'm gonna pour in some epoxy resin that hardens. You put two parts together. First I'm gonna paint the bottom part and then fill it up with the resin. And I added a little bit of blue into the water or into the resin to make it look not just clear but have some color in it. Some rocks there. And now comes the fun part, the painting and the decorating with some plants and bushes. Painting the whole ground of the foam board with some brown paint. Here I got a branch from a real tree outside that I put across, and now I'm just gluing on with some hot glue a bunch of those artificial. This part I made from wood and put some screws on and made a hole, and again a tree from a real tree outside. I cut it up and made a hole inside the wood just to make it hold the branch of the tree nice and tight. This is like more like dirt or sand that kind of looks like it, like real ones from they use it for those train sceneries that they make in really miniature. Here I just put a bit of sticky tack and put it on the fence. This I don't know, is it a jaguar or a leopard? I got off AliExpress. I think it was like around 100 bucks or something, and you can change the head into like an open mouth or like with his mouth closed. For the corner here I'm just using some paint and putting a bunch of bushes on top, Planet Zoo t-shirt logo that I'm created after, but it will be in the printable on Patreon. I did 2 of those, and I'm just simply cutting them out and putting it on a t-shirt with some tape runner. Here I'm just setting up some scenes to take pictures. I hope you guys enjoyed this project as much as I did, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.